Welcome back to another motherfucking video. Today we're reacting to Nobody Wants to Accept the Downfall of Tiger Woods. You know, we keep our ear to the streets with everything going on. Another day with the best community in the community. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And let's just get right into it because this shit's about to get good. Everybody say hey to YouTube. YouTube, you're so cute.
3 car accidents, multiple DUIs, and a massive cheating scandal. There is an uncomfortable conversation surrounding Tiger Woods that many fans and his peers are actively trying to avoid. Tiger is a...
Wait. We good.
After 3 car accidents, multiple DUIs, and a massive cheating scandal, there is an uncomfortable conversation surrounding Tiger Woods that many fans and his peers are actively trying to avoid. Tiger is a real-life hero to millions of people around the world. His legacy and impact spans generations, and he got there by remaining extremely disciplined on the course. But off the course, his life is the exact opposite. Behind the trophies and the carefully protected image was a man self-destructing, lying to the people closest to him, falling victim to his vices, and putting innocent people's lives at risk.
He look fucked up. Hold on.
Closest to him, falling victim.
My boy look like he on that shit. What the hell is he on?
Victim to his vices and putting innocent people's lives at risk.
He kind of crazy a little bit. Hell yeah, but sometimes it be like that. You think Michael Jordan not crazy a little bit? It's like, and I think Tiger Woods was winning before him. But it's like, I ain't gonna lie. When you winning, so it's like these child actors who like blow up and have superstardom from a young age and then nonstop fame and fortune.
He is not just about greatness.
No, the fuck he's not. MJ is not normal with his gambling ass, and he talking about fuck them kids. MJ don't give a fuck about nobody. Fuck MJ.
About what happens when someone becomes so powerful that the world starts making excuses for behavior that would destroy almost anyone else. If Tiger Woods didn't become a sports icon, you could easily interpret his upbringing to be just as brutal as the countless child stars who were pushed into fame before they were old enough to understand it could ruin their life. Tiger wasn't really raised to discover who he was. He was raised to perform, to win, and to carry the expectations of his father.
They raised that nigga like they raised him like fucking they raised him like fucking
Earl Woods.
Michael Jackson.
Earl implemented discipline tactics he learned from his time in the US Navy to train his son to be a golfer.
Tiger face has never changed. I'm looking at this picture thinking that like, yo, he's literally the same person, bro. But it's also like we've seen him since so early in his career. Like he's been a GOAT in that lane for so long. But this picture, I'm looking at it while you type that. I'm like, damn.
His mother said when he was 18 months old, he would go to the driving range. And when he was done hitting, I would put him back in the stroller and he'd fall asleep. Earl reached out to local news organizations in Southern California for stories to be broadcast about Tiger, touting him as a child prodigy.
His name is Eldrick Tiger Woods.
Yo, no way.
He was 8 months old. He's been playing golf.
From there, Earl got his
8 months
on a nationally broadcast
What was y'all doing at 8 months old, chat?
Time television spot on the Mike Douglas show.
One of my idols. He's a lot of people's, bro.
And every few years,
I don't think people really realize. I don't think people really realize, bro. Nobody gave a fuck about golf. Golf was a whole different sport. Golf was a whole different, like it wasn't even accessible to niggas, for real. Like niggas didn't give a fuck about golf. Now niggas cared. It was a point in time where niggas actually cared about golf because Tiger Woods was in that shit.
After that, there would be another news story about the future superstar Tiger Woods would become.
This is Eldrick Tiger Woods. And Eldrick is an accomplished golfer.
He got to sit on his lap.
He wins tournaments on a regular basis and has shot close to par on 18-hole courses. Incredibly, Tiger here is only 5 years old.
Earl spoke of his son as if he were a divine creation meant to change the world. I know that I was personally selected by God himself to nurture this young man and bring him to the point where he could make his contribution to humanity.
Whoa. W dad. Whoa. I bet your dad never said this about you, nigga. What the fuck, man? What the hell is he talking about? He was dead ass right too. He actually did his due. Bro, that's actually so crazy. Like he understood his role in like that's actually so insane. It may like as long as he wasn't like abusive in nature and going about it, that's so insane because it's like, bro, he understood his role and it was like this is fully selfless. It's not selfless, but at the same time, he could have tried that for himself But it's like by the time he had his child, he was like, I'm putting everything into this nigga. He's got it. It's him. I can tell. You know? Instead of it being like, no, I still got time. I still got it. I can still do it myself. No, he was like, my child, I'm here to do it. Bro, that's crazy.
Now, Earl wasn't physically abused.
Bro, he said, like, he can make his contribution to humanity. Bro, that's bigger than playing a fucking sport. Like, he actually knew he had a duty on Earth.
To the point where he could make his contribution to humanity. Now, Earl wasn't physically abusive like other child prodigy parents, but he was putting in overwhelming pressure on Tiger to succeed.
He would get in my grill. It'd really make you feel insignificant.
Failure was never an option. Fortunately, he was able to meet expectations. Tiger was the youngest player to win the U.S. Junior Amateur title at 15 and the first to win 3. But the pressure wasn't just to play good golf. At 15 years old, he had the expectation to become a cultural icon to the level of Michael Jordan.
Since I'm black, it might be even bigger than Jack Nicklaus. I might be even bigger than him. To the blacks.
Who? Wait, to who? Wait, huh? Wait, to who?
Might be even bigger than Jack Nicklaus. I might be even bigger than him. To the blacks.
Me? Wait a minute, nigga. You hold the fuck on. Hold the fucking phone.
I may be sort of like a Michael Jordan in basketball.
The world
he was right, though.
Is ready for a
non-white
golfer to be successful.
Earl famously...
No, I'm talking about the blacks. Nigga, friendly fire. What the hell?
He dubbed Tiger as the chosen one. Tiger will do more than any other man in history to change the course of humanity. I don't know exactly what form this will take, but he is the chosen...
Yo, like, he's speaking so much life into him. I know it's pressure at the same time. But you have to know, like, when your dad believes in you this much, gang, like, I ain't gonna lie, that has to feel like an extra little level of leverage. There's an extra superpower in that, knowing that your parents is fully behind you, like, fully. Like, they believe that you're here to change the course of action on Earth. Bro, he's speaking life into this man.
One. He'll have the power to impact nations, not people, nations. The world is just getting a taste of his power. Now, Earl would sound absolutely crazy if he didn't end up being kind of right.
You're destined to do something, even people who know if it's not in that lane. I agree.
About golf know who Tiger Woods is, but it's not like he's overhyped or the product of some marketing campaign. Even die-hard fans of golf know how special he was on the course, and that his controversies are likely the only reason why he didn't continue to dominate the field for the entirety
he's one of the greatest athletes of all time, probably top 3.
What Tiger was able to accomplish in the first 15 years of his career will likely never be repeated in the history of the game, starting with college. Woods won roughly 42% of the tournaments he competed in while attending Stanford. Woods won roughly 42% of the tournaments he competed in while attending Stanford University, winning 11 of the 26 he entered.
Damn. 70 career average, 11 wins, top 10. Oh my God.
In his final year, he won 8 of the 13 tournaments in which he competed.
Yo, what's that percentage? That's like, oh my God.
It's not just about getting first place, it's how he was winning. In the Pac-10 championship, he won by 14.
Oh my God. Oh my God, yo. W Stroker. He's like the best stroker of all time. W Strokes. He's beating them by double-digit strokes. I don't think y'all understand how crazy that shit is.
Strokes. The 54-hole event lasted 2 days, with 2 of the rounds being played in 1 day, meaning they played 36 holes of golf, roughly competing for about 10 hours straight. And in that day, he broke the course record twice, shooting a 61 in the morning and dropping a 65 in the afternoon.
No, I ain't gonna lie. This is like a one above all in ranked. Like, that you enter the ranked lobby and Tiger Woods is in there. Imagine how many, like, you know what I think about all the time? People like this and Michael Jordan and LeBron James, they triumph so many other, like, amazing stories that other people would have had. There's another great golfer in this time span who we know nothing about. Nobody gives a fuck about them because of Tiger Woods. And I'm talking about they're great, really amazing, generational. but nobody gives a fuck about them because of Tiger Woods.
Afternoon. He showed similar performance at the 1996 NCAA Championship. He broke the course record of 67 during his second round, and heading into the final, he was leading by 9. In his final round, he shot 80, or 8 over par, which was terrible for him, and he still won by 3 strokes. 1 month later, he dropped out of
he's stroking the fuck out them.
college to turn pro. Nike immediately signed him to a historic $40 million endorsement deal, which made other pros extremely jealous.
I guess hello world, huh?
Woods entered his first PGA Tour event with the expectation to win, and the golf media thought he was crazy.
A victory didn't offer much to.
A victory. To me, that comes off as a little cocky or brash.
Why go to a tournament if you're not going
Facts. Niggas hating.
try and win?
You'll learn.
Now, although this
You'll learn. Hating that nigga. You learned. Today, you suckers got served. The fuck you mean you'll
interviewer
learn?
seems like
Niggas
he has
be
a stick
hating.
up his ass, you have to
He do.
understand that winning on the PGA Tour is something the overwhelming
So?
majority of professional golfers never accomplish. Some players spend 15 years on tour, make millions of dollars, and still never hold a trophy.
That's facts. You know, I heard, like, I was watching Joe's reaction about the PGA Tour and how, like, it's one of the biggest events ever, and they put millions of dollars year round into it, and it's just like you can't even wear certain shoes. You can't even, like, be loud. They'll kick you out. You can't laugh. Certain.
Brett Quigley played more events than Tiger in his entire career and never won once. But
Damn.
Woods secured his
Loser.
first professional
Skill
victory
issue.
less than 2 months after he joined, in just his 5th professional start. Over the next
Wait,
few
what?
months, he racked less than 2 career and never won once. But Woods secured his first professional victory less than 2 months after he joined,
Damn.
in just his 5th professional start. Over the next few months, he racked up 2 more wins, but he truly set the tone for the career he was about to have at the 1997 Masters, the very first major tournament he ever won. Now, if you don't know
Yo.
golf, it's not structured like other sports where there is one final championship at the end of the season. Instead, there are 4 prestigious tournaments per year that are called majors. These events
Okay.
are played on much more difficult courses where the stakes are much higher and the payouts are much larger. The Masters is the first major played of the year, and it's the most popular of them all. Tiger won the 1997 Masters by 12 strokes, which is
Oh
still
my
the largest
God.
margin of victory
Yo,
in the
he's
tournament's
outstroking the
history.
shit
He
out
also
them.
became the youngest Masters champion ever.
There it is.
Hey, that motherfucker. He be throwing
From
that
there,
arm.
the Tiger takeover was in full effect.
Aura.
By 1999, he was stacking wins at a pace the sport had almost never seen, winning 8 PGA Tour events in a single season, including a second major win, the 1999 PGA Championship. Then came 2000, which is still widely considered one of the greatest individual seasons in sports history.
A tiger wouldn't cheat. Wait, a lion wouldn't cheat, but a tiger would.
Tiger won 9 times that year, including 3 majors. His U.S. Open win
Nice
at Pebble
him.
Beach was especially absurd as he won by 15 strokes.
Oh my, yo, do y'all understand? Like, he's constantly winning by double digits, bro. Like, they're not even fucking close. They're not even close.
Which remains the largest margin of victory in modern major championship history. But the
Yo.
achievement that truly separated him from everyone else is now dubbed the Tiger Slam. In
What?
2000 and 2001, he became the only golfer in history to win all 4 major championships in a row. The
What is that called in, like, hockey? Or like a hat trick? When you get like 3 in a row or some shit? That's in like a game. It's like a three-peat.
US
It's more like a
Open,
three-peat.
Open Championship, the PGA Championship, and then the Masters the following year. To put that in perspective, only 6 golfers have won all 4 majors in their entire career. Tiger won all 4 in a row. He was simply better than the entire sport for years. He hit the ball
Shit
further, his
crazy.
iron play was the best the sport had ever seen, and his putting was elite. In a field full of chubby old men, Tiger was young, lean, strong, and implementing workout regimens
bro, he
similar
had
to
aura.
basketball and football players. He inspired an entire generation of golfers to follow his standards, which is why the field is much better and more competitive today. In 2002, he won 5 times, including 2 majors, becoming only the 3rd player in history at that point to win back-to-back Masters. Over the
Damn.
next few years, winning became normal. He would more often than not have to explain to the press why he didn't win. In 2006, he won 7 events in a row. The following year, he
Yo.
won 5 in a row.
Yo, he just saying it like it's nothing. Like 7 events in a row, 5 in a row. The year before, 10 in a row. Like, yo, gang, 4 championships in a row. Yo, no, it's not fair. They need to put him in a different league. He needs to be golfing somewhere. He needs to be golfing against natural disasters or something.
I have to reiterate, because this might not sound impressive for other sports fans, where teams can go on 10 or 20 game winning
it's
streaks,
not shit
but in
like
golf,
that.
you almost never
It's
see
totally
someone win
different, gang.
multiple tournaments in a row. It's
if they
extremely
don't
rare to even
understand,
see a
they're
back-to-back
stupid.
winner. It's actually been 3 years since it's happened. But statistics only explain a part of his legacy. Tiger changed how golf felt. Before him, golf was perceived as a boring, quiet
Loser.
sport built on patience and politeness. Tiger brought an intensity that didn't exist
Some real
before.
nigga aura.
The fist pumps, the cold stare downs, his presence alone changed tournaments.
I love to compete, whatever it is. You and I could be playing cards right now and just want to kick your butt.
You'd want to win.
Oh, no, I want to kick your butt. There's a difference.
Oh shit! Wait. Whoa. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like that's a real insight into his mind. He would have fucked him up too, because he's like, you want to win. He just told you he wants to kick your ass. Yo, he's a real competitor. It's like he doesn't know how to do nothing mediocre. Everything he do in life, he got to do it to the max. That's why when he do drugs, he gotta do it to the max. Chill, twin. Damn, you don't gotta be the best at everything. This nigga wants to be the best at drugs too. Goddamn.
Patrons would swarm around him, following him the whole round, completely uninterested in the rest of the field. Because of that, the crowd cheering for him was significantly louder.
That's
Players
insane.
could be on the complete other side of the course and hear the noise and rumble from the crowd, knowing that Tiger had just done something ridiculous. They called it the Tiger Roar.
Yo, he has a name. Like he has an aura. That's a finishing
Most
move.
other players couldn't handle the pressure.
When he's in that zone, it can be so unnerving that his opponents sometimes self-destruct. You're aware of that intimidation that you have?
I'm aware if I'm playing at my best, I'm tough to beat. And I enjoy that.
But it wasn't just
Yo,
that he was
that's
winning, he was
scary.
making it exciting, giving us iconic moments that the
I
game
feel like shit like this. That's scary, gang. This nigga's got he's muscular
is
and
missing
shit.
today. His chip
Young.
in on the 16th hole at the 2005 Masters, where the ball paused dramatically on the lip before dropping, became one of the most famous shots in sports history.
Oh.
At the 2008 U.S. Open at Torrey Pines, Tiger was
Aura.
playing with multiple stress fractures in his leg and a torn ACL, limping his
fuck?
way through 91 holes before beating his opponent in a playoff.
What? No, he's him, gang. Like aura.
Fans who had
Listen to the crowd. That's aura.
never cared about golf were suddenly watching on Sundays, and therefore TV ratings exploded. Neil Pilson, the former president of CBS Sports in the United States, once estimated that Woods contributed to a 30 to 35% ratings increase when he played. Tiger is also the reason why PGA players make way more money today. In the 1996 season, when Woods joined late that year, the total prize money amounted to $101 million. Between 1997 and 2008, the total prize money rose by an average of 9.3% per year, bringing the PGA Tour's purse to $292 million by 2008. And between 1997 and 2009,
Them trophies look kind of tough.
Tiger Woods won
They
71
look
PGA
Chinese.
Tour events and 14 major championships before turning 34. He was on pace to beat basically every record in history within the next few years. However, off the course, very little was known about
didn't?
Tiger Woods. He didn't invite the media to his house, and he infamously named his 150-foot yacht Privacy, sending a message that his personal life was off limits. But then one magazine article
That's not a good sign. You got a boat named Privacy, nigga. Something's off about you. W1 fucking hour. Thank you, everybody who's been there every second, every minute. That's what she can get you to bed, bitch. Put your hands up high. W1 hour.
release that turned into one of the biggest scandals in sports history and was the start of his downfall. In November of 2009, the National Enquirer was about to publish a story alleging that Tiger Woods was having an affair with a woman named Rachel Yucatel.
Man, who
Tiger caught
cares?
wind of this and warned his wife, Elin Nordegren, that the story was coming out, and
He self-snitched. Nigga said, let me get ahead of this and tell you before they tell you. The press is about to come out with some lies about me.
he had only met Rachel at 1 or 2 social gatherings. He even put Elin and Rachel on the phone together, which was a way of somehow proving his innocence. Regardless, Elin was still justifiably suspicious, and once the National Enquirer ran the story, it included details about a secret trip he took to Australia with Rachel. On Thanksgiving night, Elin and Tiger had an argument which ended by Tiger taking some Ambien and going to sleep. Around 1 a.m., Elin grabbed Tiger's phone and saw a text message from Rachel that read, "You are the only one I've loved."
If I fall asleep, I'll be gonna go into paperwork for no worries, Jay.
Dylan sent text messages.
Wait, what?
Message from Rachel that read, "You are the only one I've loved." Elin sent text messages pretending to be Tiger to Rachel that read, "I miss you," and asked, "When are we seeing each other again?" Rachel replied back, assuming it was Tiger, and then Elin called the number. Once she heard Rachel's voice, it was all the confirmation she needed that Tiger was cheating, and
GG. Oh my god. She backdoored him.
Chaos erupted. She simply exploded.
She probably slapped the shit out of him while he was
trying
sleeping.
to hit him on the chest and arms with her fists, and then finally chasing him from the house while she wielded a golf club. Shoeless, he ran into the car and
get a
barreled
hole in one. You gonna beat him by 15 strokes? You gonna get a hole in one on Tiger? What are you gonna do with that golf club, lady?
Out of the driveway before careening off a fire hydrant and then smashing into a tree.
Wait, what?
Now, this minute-by-minute breakdown of what happened that night was given to the Daily Beast by a source close to Elin. And the next part that is particularly debated is why the rear window of Tiger's vehicle was smashed out. It likely could not have happened from the crash, which implies that Elin smashed the back window out with the golf club that she was allegedly holding. However, it is debated as to when it happened. Most people say she did it while chasing Tiger out of the house. However, Elin says that she smashed the back window out after he crashed to climb into the car and save him from...
Come on, gang. Hell nah. No, she didn't. She wasn't saving that nigga. Hell nah. She did that shit at the cribbo.
There, a concerned neighbor heard the accident and immediately called 911.
Good night, Ohana. Thank you for stopping in. We love you and appreciate you.
I had someone down in front of my house. They hit a pole.
But what was Tiger doing?
At that point, he was snoring.
He was snoring.
He was actually
knocked. He was concussed.
No alcohol, no any other kind of drug whatsoever.
Did you get close enough that you would think you would have smelled it had he been drinking?
Yes.
As for Tiger's injuries, a bloody lip.
Nothing on his shirt, nothing on his hands. I was holding him still at one point, and I didn't get any blood on me.
Wood's wife, Elin, was kneeling beside him.
She was actually very quiet, just kind of in shock. It wasn't very verbal.
It's also important to consider that at the time of the crash, nobody knew the story that built up to it. They just knew he had an alleged cheating scandal, and then a few days later, he was in a car accident, which made tabloids try as hard as they could to poke and prod into his life to connect the dots. He tried to get out in front of it with his first public statement. "This situation is my fault, and it's obviously embarrassing to my family and me. I'm human and I'm not perfect. I will certainly make sure this doesn't happen again. This is a private matter and I want to keep it that way. Although I understand there is curiosity, the many false, unfounded, and malicious rumors that are currently circulating about my family and me are irresponsible."
Nigga, you irresponsible.
Everything was about to unravel like he could never imagine. One day later, Us Weekly magazine reported that they discovered a second mistress. Jamie Grubbs, now 24, tells Us Weekly she began having an affair with Woods, age 33, in April of 2007. She said they went on to have 20 sexual encounters.
Damn! He stroked her 20 times.
In order to prove her affair was real, she leaked a voicemail that Woods left her, asking her to help him cover up his cheating.
Oh my God.
Can you please take your name off your phone? My wife went through my phone and maybe call you.
You need to lock in. He is not locked. How are you so good on the damn course? You wanted a generational athlete and you just can't get it the fuck together. Damn it.
So if you can, please take your name off that. And, what do you call it? Just have it as a number.
Why even get married, nigga?
Just have it as your telephone number. Okay, you gotta do this for me.
It turns out Jamie leaked the voicemail out of jealousy after she found out that she was not the only woman Tiger was cheating on his wife with.
What kind of shit is that? Like, the fuck? You're mad that you're... Don't you think that's kind of obvious with the signs? He's cheating on his wife with you, and you think you're the only one he's cheating with? You're stupid.
Constantly that year called me and talked to me and, told me he missed me and that, it was always going to be me and him.
She now knows he was making those same sort of promises to as many as a dozen other women.
A dozen? Oh shit, he had a roster.
If I was with him and he was texting,
damn
he
it.
would basically show me a text message or tell me who it was. So I never thought he was lying to me. And then, I asked him at some points, when you go somewhere else, do you have another girl? And he's like, no, I'm too busy. I don't have time for that. And then he's just like, I just like being with you.
Tiger decided to publish a second statement to his personal website in which he conceded to have not been true.
Sounds like he has a big heart and he just wants to love everybody. Can't blame him.
True to my values and the behavior my family deserves, although he doesn't directly acknowledge any type of affair during this statement. But every day there was a new woman coming out saying that they had slept with Tiger Woods.
Come on,
Within
man.
2 weeks of the car accident, the list of mistresses had climbed to 11. Jocelyn James, star of Prawn Star Brides, joins a lingerie model. An unnamed television broadcaster.
But it is like, okay, so he's been working on his craft his whole entire life since 8 months old. There's been no time for, like, in high school, he wasn't like doing what everybody else was doing, like fucking around in relationships, focused on a girl. And so when you have shit like that, where you're hyper focused on a craft and a job and a career since a young age, he didn't have any time for girls. So he never had girls. So boom, he blows up and he's the biggest golfer in the world. And now girls are just throwing themselves at him and he doesn't know how to handle that shit. He never had that before. And it's like giving a kid who never had candy before, just putting them on the candy aisle, like saying that they can have it all, like all of it is yours, and like the candy's yelling at them, please, I want, eat me.
Pancake waitress with a thing for her ex in parking lots, and a host of women who spend lots of time in nightclubs, on the ever-growing list of women rumored to have engaged in affairs with Woods. Some of them even did interviews on national television.
At that point, Tiger was recently married. Did you know that? Did you know he was married?
I did.
Was that something that you thought about at all?
She didn't give a fuck.
It was a thought in my head, of course, because I mean, I'm not raised to do something like I did, and I'm not saying that it's okay, but you know, something that I did years ago, and I'm not saying that it's right, but
then what are you saying?
Trust me, it crossed my mind.
I was so madly in love, I couldn't walk away. We would text every day.
I'm so sorry.
Throughout the day.
How often would you
This
see him
nigga's
after
tweaking.
that initial meeting?
A few times a month. He would either come to Vegas or
This
he would
nigga
have me
Tiger Woods lost his fucking mind. He cheated on his wife with her. Nigga cheated on his wife with Jane and the Dragon.
come out
Oh
to
my God.
wherever he was playing.
There's
Did
no
you feel
way.
like you had a boyfriend?
Yeah, I did. And, you know, I stopped seeing other people. I got out of the adult business because
This
it was
nigga's
something that really
stupid.
bothered him.
He makes
Why
terrible
were you
decisions.
making these types of sacrifices and changes in your life?
The
Or
worst.
Did you ever ask him to make any kinds of changes in his life for you?
The only thing I told him was, you know, just please be honest with me. You tell me that I'm the only other woman in your life besides your wife. Just don't break my trust and don't hurt my
You don't even look like his wife. Why would you be the only one?
feelings.
The media was absolutely ruthless towards
He
Tiger.
cheated on his wife with her. Come on, gang. He was with his. She straight. She fine shit. She straight. What the fuck was he thinking? No, he out his rabbit ass mind. That's drugs.
The media was
That's drugs for
absolutely
you.
ruthless towards Tiger at this time.
tweaking. He
It's
pissed
all
me
they
off
could
with
talk
that.
about.
Well, here's the thing, though. She is speaking out. Who isn't speaking out?
Fuck, he's so mad. Whoa. Let's just wait a second here. What is he so mad for? Who is this reporter? He's pissed. Why is he so passionate about this topic about Tiger Woods?
Give her some credit here. She's doing more than Tiger's doing. She's putting her face out there, and she's apologizing publicly to Mrs. Woods. And she didn't think about everything. She didn't have the power in the relationship. She didn't have the power. She's a cocktail waitress. He's a billionaire. Who do you think had the power in the relationship? Put the blame where the blame should be. One place and one place only. And that's with Mr. Woods.
That must be his
To put
wife.
the media onslaught into perspective, the New York Post made Tiger's scandal the front page story for 20 days in a row. They wrote
Damn.
more consecutive stories about Tiger than the 9/11 terrorist attack.
Yo, no way. Come on, gang. They posted, so they made more cover stories about Tiger Woods cheating than they did about 9/11. That's the country we live in, gang. Come on, man. Dead ass. I'm talking about they was trying to find anything to tear him down. Anything. They was trying to find anything. Come on, dude.
Realizing that he could not escape this, Tiger eventually admitted to his infidelity, announcing that he would be stepping away from the game of golf
No.
indefinitely.
Fuck
Now, you
them.
might think that this was all blown way out of proportion,
Get
and
your
that's a fair
strokes up.
opinion, but you have to consider why this story was so big. Most major American sports are
Man.
built around aggression and intensity, so hearing about a cheating scandal from one of those athletes might not feel that surprising. Golf, on the other hand, has always carried a much more polished polished and disciplined image. There is a heavy emphasis on tradition.
That's what I'm saying, man. He just cheated. Damn. Y'all tweaking like he killed somebody. They acting like he murdered the mayor.
Etiquette and order. The game is often called a gentleman's
think he shot the governor in his face.
Game because players are expected to enforce the rules on themselves. There aren't referees watching for your mistakes. If nobody sees you break a rule, the expectation is that you call the penalty on yourself. Honesty is crucial to ensure fair competition. Even off the course,
that's what I'm saying.
fans expected
Cheating is
Tiger
bad, but more stories than the 9/11? No.
Embody these principles. He often spoke about his love of being a father of 2 children and clearly emphasized the
maybe if it was LeBron. I know I keep pausing. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay. If it was LeBron James, they would probably posted it more than 20 times. I ain't gonna lie. Well, it would have to be if it was LeBron, and then there was like, nah, he kept having hoes coming back out. Hoes was coming out. It's still not, no, cover stories on this magazine, on the magazine company that it was for.
Of his family. At
it
the
ain't
same
just stories
time,
in general.
the
Cover
lives of
story. He
elite
was on the
athletes
cover.
are
He
often
was on the
built around
cover
a level
20
of
times.
obsession that most people will never understand.
That's bullshit.
Sun up to sundown, their entire identity becomes tied to performance. For someone like Tiger Woods, every round, every interview, and every public appearance carried enormous pressure. It's clear that he was using women and possibly drugs and alcohol as an escape or release from the constant discipline. The problem for Tiger was that his version of escape directly contradicted the image of integrity that made the world admire him in the first place, and many of his brand deals and sponsorships fell through as a result. Gillette temporarily halted their ad campaign with the golf icon before eventually deciding to end their relationship in late 2010. Accenture, a global consultancy firm, took a hard stance against Tiger, directly describing him as no longer the right representative for their brand. Tag Heuer, AT&T, and Gatorade would follow shortly after.
Gatorade, no. What sponsors does Tiger Woods still have right now in 2026?
And now the Tag Heuer, AT&T, and Gatorade would follow shortly after. And now that his businesses were collapsing, he had no choice but to finally address this thing head on. Woods hosted a near 15-minute press conference broadcast by ABC News.
I ain't gonna lie, 15 minutes, you guilty as fuck. Holy shit. 15 minutes? No. Hell no. I don't care how much I cheated. 15 minutes? I'm not explaining shit for 15 minutes. Hell no. Y'all get 5 minutes of explanation out of me? I'm hella sorry. Real shit. I'm sorry as fuck. I did not mean to do that shit.
Was where he apologized countless times for his behavior.
I stopped living by the core
I
values.
ain't gonna lie, none of those are big name brands besides Monster. Well, maybe in golf. TaylorMade is. Bridgestone might be. I don't know.
That I was taught to believe in. I knew my actions were wrong, but I convinced myself that normal rules didn't apply. I never thought about who I was hurting. Instead,
Bridgestone is
I thought
huge,
only
probably,
about
because it's in
myself.
golf.
I ran straight through the boundaries that a married couple should live by. I thought I could get away with whatever I wanted to. I felt that I had worked hard my entire life and deserved to enjoy all the temptations around me. I felt.
Yo, this is the worst speech ever.
Instead, I thought only about myself. I ran straight through the boundaries that a married couple should live by. I thought I could get away with whatever I wanted to. I felt that I had worked hard my entire life and deserved to enjoy all the temptations around.
No way he said this. No way. This almost seems AI. I'm telling you, I wouldn't have said this shit. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm not explaining shit for 15 minutes, and this is the worst thing you could have said. If this was a little bit later, when social media was even more dominant, he'd be overly fried.
I felt I was entitled. Thanks to money and fame, I didn't have to go far to find
I'm
them.
not,
I was wrong.
Batman couldn't get this shit out of me.
I was foolish. I don't get to play by different rules. The same boundaries that apply to everyone apply to me. I brought this shame on myself. I hurt my wife, my kids, my mother, my wife's family, my friends, my foundation, and kids.
I hurt my family, shit like that.
Around the world who
the other shit?
Tiger vehemently denied the rumor that Elin bashed his rear windshield or was violent towards him in any way.
But there's one issue I really want to discuss. Some people have speculated that Elin somehow hurt or attacked me
trying to
on
get her
Thanksgiving
back.
night. It angers me that people would fabricate a story like that.
I ain't clearing nobody else's name either.
Never hit me that night or any other night. There has never been an episode of domestic violence in our marriage, ever. Elin has shown enormous grace.
She had a golf club in her hand.
Despite his efforts to clarify his story, South Park still created an episode that depicts Tiger as the victim of a violent attack, with his wife chasing down the car and breaking through the rear window.
They don't
the
care.
narrative and jokes surrounding Tiger's wife being violent towards him, specifically with a golf club, was was too good of a scandal that people still to this day believe Elin beat Tiger with a golf club. Woods expressed on numerous occasions that he was getting treatment in the aftermath of all this, but did not specify what for, although many believe it was for his drug use.
I'm excited to get back
What you mean, what for? What do you think niggas go to rehab for?
The guys again, I really missed a lot of my friends out there. I miss competing, but still.
What do you think he going to rehab for? To stop eating this meat?
A lot more treatment to do, and just because I'm playing doesn't mean I'm gonna stop going to treatment.
Tiger's apology tour was actually a massive success, and his return to golf at the 2010 Masters drew in nearly 5 million viewers.
I didn't know what to expect in regards to reception, and I'll tell you what, the guy.
I know this was probably the craziest feeling hopping back in there. This first one back.
Ours couldn't be nicer. I mean, it was just incredible, and the encouragement that I got, and it was just, it blew me away, to be honest with you. It really did.
The overwhelming majority of golf fans felt that he was a victim of a baseless media attack, and that a man as successful and famous as Tiger is almost expected to not be loyal to one woman. The golf world simply wasn't ready to just discard the person they had built the entire sport around. But after the scandal, he struggled to get his game back. In 2010 and 2011, Tiger Woods racked up a whopping 0 wins, and his injuries started piling up.
See, but it's like, the thing is, that's not even that crazy though. That's pretty normal for golfers, all golfers though. And he's getting older, so it's like, that's what I'm saying. When we was watching the earlier parts of the video, when they're like 5 wins, 8 wins, 7 wins, 10 wins this year, the 4 wins in a row, championship wins, it's like, gang, we can't just overlook that shit. That's the greatest run ever.
Over the years, he had ruptured his ACL in his left knee and ruptured his right Achilles, but was able to continue playing with minimal surgeries. Injuries. But in April of 2011, he had suffered a left MCL sprain and a strained left Achilles tendon, which was enough for him to take another hiatus. In that time, he fired his longtime caddy, Steve Williams, who worked for Woods from 1999 to 2011, winning 13 major championships together. The media rushed to Steve to get his insights on the cheating scandal. He spent more time with Tiger than anyone else in his life, so many assumed he knew about his escapades off the course. But Steve didn't say much.
After all of this,
how well
do you believe
Steve?
You knew Tiger?
Well, not very well, obviously. I mean, that sort of goes without saying. I guess I thought I knew him well, and I didn't.
I mean, this is somebody who was the...
I ain't gonna lie, this reporter looked like he on some shit too.
Best man at your wedding, so it had to be, you know, hurtful for you on a personal level. But how did the relationship with him change post-scandal?
No
Bro, do you see what I'm saying though, man?
It was a difficult time, and, you know, our relationship obviously deteriorated very quickly. No two ways about it.
And even though Steve was extremely light on his criticism of Tiger, many people felt he was out of line. Classic case of a guy who thinks he's way more important than he actually
think he bigger than the program.
Just carry the bag, rake the trap, and be quiet. With a new caddy and determination to return to the top, Tiger was able to get his first win in years at the 2012 Arnold Palmer Invitational. He followed that up with a win at the 2012 Memorial
Steve got to be lying about
tournament, where he proved that he could still pull off legendary shots like his nearly impossible chip-in on the 16th hole. He steamrolled through 2013 with 5 more wins, returning to the #1 spot in the world ranking.
5 more wins, just like that. It might have been Steve, bitch ass. Whole time. Tiger knew what the fuck he doing. That nigga was probably setting him up with some little string. He was probably scuffing his shit a little bit. Steve was doing something to his utensils. For real, Steve was fucking with his materials. Whole time, Tiger knew that shit. Oh, he's like, hold on. We got to get Steve out of here. Steve has to go. No, why? Just trust me. Nigga got 5 in a row after that. Come on.
And the version of Tiger Woods people thought they had lost was finally back.
It's
but in
Steve
2014, it became clear that this wasn't the start of another dynasty, and his dominance in the game of golf would never return. In March of 2014, he started having back issues, which led to spasms. 1 month later, Woods announced that he would miss the Masters after undergoing a microdissectomy for a pinched nerve, which had been hurting him for several months. Woods said he would return to golf sometime this summer, which he did in late June at the Quicken Loans National, but he played terrible. His play in 2015 was some of the worst of his career, with one round carding an 85, his worst score in a professional tournament. He finished off the 2015 season with 2 back surgeries, indicating that something was seriously wrong. As a result, he would take the entirety of the 2016 season off, but in 2017, everything would take a turn for the worse. Tiger tried to make his return in January of 2017 at the Farmers Insurance.
This kind of recent too. too. Fuck. I don't even know about his recent golf escapades.
Open, but missed the cut. He withdrew from the next tournament due to back spasms, which ultimately led to an announcement in April of 2017 that he underwent another back surgery. When healed, I look forward to getting back to a normal life, playing with my kids, competing in professional golf, and living without the pain I've been battling so long. Just a few weeks after this announcement, reports came in that Tiger Woods had been arrested by Jupiter police for driving under the influence. He was found passed out in his car on the side of the road at 3 o'clock in the morning. Why
do this shit keep happening to him?
Vehicle had 2 flat tires as well as damaged bumpers, and arresting officers immediately knew he was unfit to drive.
Don't begin until I tell you to, okay? But when I tell you to, I want you to close your eyes and tilt your head backwards. And
he's wobbling.
Recite the entire English alphabet.
Look at
in a
him.
Slow,
oh my goodness. Yo, he's doing the Michael Jackson lean. Oh
you're
my
not
goodness.
Gonna sing it, okay? Do you understand the instructions?
Yo,
okay, what were
he
the
can't even
instructions?
stand up.
Not to sing the national
What?
Okay, in a slow, non-rhythmic manner, meaning you're not going to. You're going to recite the entire English alphabet in a slow, non-rhythmic manner, meaning you're not going to sing it. Okay? Do you understand?
He just told him to recite the alphabet and not sing it.
The instructions? Okay, what were the instructions?
Not to sing the national anthem.
Oh my God. He's fucking fried. Oh my God, bro. He talking about not to sing the national anthem backwards. Oh my God. All this man said to him was to recite the alphabet and don't do it in a singing manner. Oh my God.
Not to sing the national anthem backwards. What I want you to do when I tell you to, keep your arms down by your side and your feet together. I want you to close your eyes, tilt your head backwards. When I tell you to, don't begin until I tell you to. And I want you to say the alphabet from A to Z in a slow, non-rhythmic manner, okay? Meaning you're not going to sing it, okay?
Nobody told him to do that, outlaw.
Understand the instructions? Okay, what were the instructions?
Hard pitch, A to Z, non-rhythmic, make sure you get everyone correct.
Tiger apologized a few days later with some added context. I want the public to know that alcohol was not involved. What
What was that?
happened was an unexpected reaction to prescribed medications. I didn't realize the mix of medications had affected me so strongly. Even though he put his and others' lives at risk by driving under the influence, Tiger was met with overwhelming support from his colleagues and fans. Retired professional golfer Jack Nicklaus voiced his sympathy, saying, "He needs our help." Many rushed to his defense, pointing out his chronic back issues and the challenges that come with managing the pain.
He definitely is on pain medication. I fucking forgot with them back surgeries. He's on some shit. He's on some hard shit.
Fellow professional golfer Bill Haas said, 4 back surgeries? How can we know what that's like? Obviously, he's dealing with a lot. People jump to conclusions. A lot of them are wrong. The only golfer who actually wanted to pose a reasonable question chose to stay anonymous, because you can't criticize Tiger Woods. I think we are all worried about Tiger, but you have to ask,
that bitch ass nigga,
what was he doing at that hour? And why is he taking Vicodin? I thought he said a few days ago that he never felt better, but he's taking Vicodin? I just hope that isn't an indication of something a lot more serious. It was later revealed that Tiger had a mix of Vicodin,
what the hell? This nigga's on a combination of bullshit.
Dilaudid, Xanax, Ambien, and THC in his system, further highlighting an irresponsible usage of prescription medication. He clearly had a problem, but many who spoke about his arrest emphasized his importance to the sport. I hope he plays again. The tour needs him. I hope he gets out of it, and I hope he plays golf again. He needs a lot of support from a lot of people, and I'll be one of them. It was clear that all had been forgiven before Tiger had even managed to rectify the situation. He attended a brief intensive program likely to deal with...
What y'all think Tiger Woods doing right now? I ain't gonna lie, he's probably hot. He high right now. Tiger Woods fried right now. He on a pill right now. That nigga's on perks today, right now.
Still undisclosed addiction to painkillers, and once he was ready to return, he was welcomed back with open arms. Now, I'm not saying that being empathetic to someone struggling is not important. I actually encourage it, but there clearly is a level of status you can reach in this world where consequences get much softer. And the best thing that could have happened to Tiger's career and reputation took place in 2018. At 43 years old, he came back to the game with serious momentum. He competed in 18 tournaments, which is the most active he had been since 2012. He tied for second in the 2018 PGA Championship, nearly winning his 15th major. But
Now that's comp though.
He shocked the
Don't hate
world
now.
when he won for the 80th time at the 2018 Tour Championship. The entire crowd swarmed him as he walked up to
Don't
the
hate. That's aura. That is aura.
18th green, knowing they were witnessing history.
That is aura.
This event put him back in the winner's circle for the first time since 2013. But as if this moment wasn't historic enough, he would do something even more unbelievable the following year. Tiger Woods would go on to win the 2019 Masters tournament.
Just cut it off, gang. But aura.
He had not won a major since
that shit off.
2008, and his previous Masters win was in 2005. The golf world was just grateful to have him back, but nobody expected him to be a major champion again. Golf fans felt extremely comfortable with Tiger back on top. His controversies did not paint the story of a messy and troubled superstar. It was about a man who overcame adversity and triumphed. With headlines reading, Tiger Woods' Masters win is a great sporting comeback story. After serious doubts, Tiger Woods completes a long road back to glory at Masters. And fans writing things like, when he sank that putt, I cried like a baby. The Masters will always be my dad and me rooting for Tiger. It's been a long, strange trip, but welcome back, Tiger. I think he is a changed man. Not just a golfer, but much more importantly as a man and father. Woods' chaotic personal life was pushed aside whenever it became an issue, but now it was a convenient plot point behind what many called a return to glory. One fan even wore a t-shirt with his mugshot on it, something that Tiger smiled at as he walked by, indicating that his troubled past was now behind him, and it was something we could all laugh at. Tiger continued to build onto this narrative with his 82nd win at the 2019 Zozo Championship, tying the record for the most PGA Tour wins of all time, a record that was set by Sam Snead in 1965. It was looking like Woods was going to continue to break records and remain a contender even in his mid-40s, but this was the last time we would ever see Tiger Woods in the winner's circle. And considering his recent controversies, combined with him being 50 years old, it's almost officially over for good. Tiger didn't play much in 2020 as he was battling back pain. He was set to make his return at the 2021 Masters when he nearly died in a car accident.
Oh, this was the one. This was the one I remember.
On February 22nd, 2021.
Fuck, bro. Is it? So does that mean he's tied? They need to let him compete in one more. Just give it to him. Let him fucking win.
Tiger was traveling 84 to 87 miles per hour in a 45 mile per hour zone when he lost control, hit a curb, and then struck a tree.
To be the greatest golfer of all time, his discipline fucking sucks.
Investigators estimated that Tiger's vehicle impacted the tree at 75 miles per hour, at which point the vehicle flipped over and landed in some brush. There was no evidence that the golfer tried to brake, and investigators believe Woods may have inadvertently stepped on the accelerator instead of the brake pedal in a panic. He was rushed to the trauma center where he immediately underwent emergency surgery. Woods suffered comminuted open fractures in the upper and lower portions of his tibia and fibula of his right leg. It's a miracle that his injuries were not more severe, and responding officers reported that he likely would not have survived if the airbags hadn't deployed. Interestingly enough, investigators did not attempt to get warrants to get blood samples to see if he was driving under the influence, so we don't know for sure, but many speculate, due to his track record of driving infractions, that this was a result of drugs. Regardless, the severity of the situation was met with love and support for Tiger's recovery. Even if his bad habits were responsible for the wreck, it wasn't the time or place to call it out. Additionally, this was just another moment of adversary that Tiger could eventually be worshipped for overcoming. 1 year after the wreck, Tiger was honored for his accomplishments and inducted into the World Golf Hall of Fame.
Playing at some of these golf courses, I was not allowed in the clubhouses where all the other juniors were. Color of my skin dictated that. As I got older, that drove me even more. So as I was denied access,
I don't think they was keeping Tiger Woods out of any of the clubhouses. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be real with you. He might have. It might be his story. It might be true, because them niggas, especially in that lane in golf, they might have been hating for sure. But I don't know. 100%, because it definitely is like, this is a prestigious lane and very prestigious, and he was in that shit in 1999. But it's like even his man, he talking about the blacks. He wasn't one of us.
access into the clubhouses,
and I'm sure
fine.
they knew.
Put my shoes on here in the parking lot. I asked 2 questions only: where was the first tee, and what was the course record?
Once again, we see this interesting dichotomy of Tiger's reputation on full display. The moment is all about his accomplishments, and there is no acknowledgement of the darker past during the ceremony. And while people are quick to brush away those scandals when it's actually time to talk about them, they are quick to bring them back up to drive the emotional impact of him overcoming adversity. Tiger manages to adopt all the good favor from his controversies while...
What, nigga? No, the fuck I don't. No, I don't. I'm not no fucking Tiger Woods, nigga.
Everyone
no,
else
I don't,
is
bitch.
desperately trying to
Hell
avoid
no.
talking about them
Hell,
and genuinely holding
maybe before 2008, okay?
him accountable.
2008,
But anyone who
Tiger
thought
Woods
his
and
golf
stuff.
game would return was
Hell
just
no.
delusional. In 2021, 2022,
make
2023,
bad
and
decisions.
2024, Tiger played just 13 times. None of those times was he even remotely considered to be in contention to win. In the 2024 Masters, Tiger Woods placed dead last with a total score of plus 16.
Okay, I ain't gonna lie. That might be his worst output ever. He finished last. That's 2 years ago. I ain't gonna lie.
At this point, he was just an ambassador of the game,
Yeah,
showing
man,
up for
I'm
the
not
fans
him.
and his sponsors. It was clear that Tiger
Malcolm
simply
X.
wasn't capable of
I'll take
competing at
that.
the highest level
Get your hand out my pocket.
anymore.
Sorry.
The countless surgeries to his back and knee had clearly affected his performance in a way that made it hard to believe he was once the greatest golfer to ever live. This likely affected him on a deep mental level. His father had placed immense pressure on him to succeed, and his journey as a professional golfer was promised to be one that altered the course of humanity.
Fucking
Additionally,
Tiger
the
Woods.
guy just loved to compete.
me.
He wanted to beat everyone every time,
Woods.
and now he simply just had no chance. Tiger missed the entirety of the 2025 season, and his mother sadly passed away during that time as well.
R.I.P.
Leading up to the 2026 Masters, at age 50, the golf world was excited to see his return, but he once again got into a car accident while driving under the influence.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. He just can't get over this shit.
On March 27th, 2026, Tiger Woods rolled over his SUV in a single car crash on Jupiter Island, Florida.
damn, it's a
Initially,
canon event.
Tiger appears to be fine, doing his best to hide the fact that he is severely intoxicated, resting on one knee to maintain his balance and composure. Momentarily, he
smart.
steps away while taking a phone call, revealing he was talking to Donald Trump.
What?
Get you to hang out down here with us, please.
What? He was talking to. Wait, what? No, take his license the fuck away. He was talking to Trump. We got Trump on the phone.
Or just keep you down here with us, please.
Yeah, I was just talking to the president.
The police were suspicious.
Why the fuck would you say that? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't think that helps your situation. He said that shit kind of cocky. Yeah, I'm just talking to the president. Okay, nigga? The fuck? Donald Trump probably answered the call like, yeah, okay, Tiger. Okay, I got you, Tiger. Okay, I'm gonna make sure everything's okay, Tiger. Fuck is he like, what the hell?
And conducted a routine sobriety test, which he failed miserably.
What is he doing? Yo. Oh my god! Imagine after you do it and then they gotta arrest you, you just failed. Worst test ever.
You're under the unknown substance. Okay, so at this time you're under arrest for DUI. Yes, sir.
Once he was placed
Yes,
under
sir.
arrest, footage of him in the back seat shows him looking
remember this.
extremely inebriated, nodding off, and barely able to stay awake. Opioids and benzo hiccups. Looks like me 20 years ago. Addiction doesn't care
That's a
who
fact,
you are. Bro
chat.
could hire 10 drivers a day and still be rich.
That's what I don't understand,
Hooked.
man.
Up until this point, all of his controversies were more open to interpretation, which
Give him a
usually led to
chauffeur.
him receiving a more charitable framing. But with uncut body cam footage documenting the event, the severity of his addiction was too apparent to ignore. Once an athlete reaches that Michael Jordan level of greatness, the general public almost looks at them as an institution rather than a person.
Kinda.
They generate too
A
much
brand.
money and provide too much entertainment
He's a
value for
brand.
the public to comfortably let them fail. So instead of asking whether their behavior was wrong, people start searching for reasons to explain it away. People don't just want Tiger to recover, they need him to. He is too important to golf, too valuable to sponsors, and too central to the sport's identity, which is why the responses to the aftermath of his controversies are not really met with criticism.
He literally was
Jason
golf.
Day
I think he
responded
still
with,
is,
"He's my
in a
hero.
sense.
He was my hero growing up. The
Just
reason
because
why I
he
play
was
golf
golf
is
for
because
so
of
long,
this
he still
tournament, the
is.
Masters, and Tiger. It's hard to see him go through what he's going through, and especially under the microscope, it must be hard to be who he is and have everyone look kind of down on him." Patrick Reed said, "Without Tiger Woods in the events, honestly, I feel it hurts the game of golf.
It
We want them
does.
to come
Nobody
back
gives
and
a
be
fuck.
healthy and ready ready to go. Friend and fellow PGA Tour pro Bubba Watson also had kind and supportive words.
From day one that we started hanging out back in 06, 07, somewhere in there, that I would I'm pulling for him as a human being, forget his golf. I could care less about his golf. Anybody that's struggling with anything, I feel for him.
Tiger has a long documented history of reckless driving, and he has actively put the lives of countless people in danger as a result. It's naive to assume the only time he drove under the influence are the 4 times that he's been caught. It's more likely that this is something he does on a regular basis. These are not just simple mistakes. This is dangerous behavior that could eventually cost someone their life. Even after his prime has ended, he is still the face of golf. Nobody has come close to replicating or matching his greatness.
Nobody even has the nobody makes anybody else want to play golf again yet.
Financially and emotionally invested in the prosperity of professional golf, they cannot allow Tiger to become anything less than a legend. But a little bit of criticism might go a long way. Every day, about 32 people in the United States die in drunk driving crashes. That's 1 person every 44 minutes. In 2024, 11,904 people died in alcohol-impaired driving traffic deaths. These deaths were all preventable. I understand addiction is brutal, and just saying stop drinking or stop doing drugs is a massive oversimplification, but he at the very least should have a full-time driver who can safely travel him where he needs to go. There is a deep emotional tie to Tiger Woods, and many don't want to admit that their idealized version of him is not accurate. We can reasonably speculate why Tiger has never been able to recover from his addiction and continues to engage in this behavior. Tiger Woods hasn't faced any repercussions legally, and many people who have committed the same crimes as him have been jailed, fined, or at least had their license suspended. Then again, if we're being honest, he's rich enough where none of those things would truly impact him. He has also never faced any consequences or real criticism in the world of golf. The DUIs, the car crashes, and the cheating scandals are used to show his resilience and determination rather than highlight his dysfunction. Change has never been demanded of Tiger, so it's not.
You ain't living through Tiger Woods' life, so you don't hear what niggas say to him and the shit that he go looking for. Like, if you just type in Tiger Woods on some of these Twitter outlets, and you feel me, I know they talking shit about him, just like he told you that they wouldn't let him into the clubhouses and shit because he was black.
Not entirely surprising that he never did. So once again, after committing another crime, he told everyone he's going to be stepping away for a while. So it seems like the cycle repeats. He will one day come back to golf, be praised for his perseverance, play terribly because he is old and cannot compete with the abundance of phenomenal young talent. It will then eat away at him, and from there we can only hope he doesn't get loaded and drive a car again, because it's hard to know how many more times he can get lucky. It seems like the world of golf is waiting until he seriously harms someone else until they have a tough conversation about Tiger Woods. But it's not impossible to overcome. Kurt Angle suffered a much more...
I want to watch that Kurt Angle one too. W Video, I ain't gonna lie. I can't tell if this nigga likes Tiger Woods or not. He's too unbiased. He's good at what he does. W fucking Video, Patrick CC. W Video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll catch you in the next one, YouTube. And that's what makes us